So the story starts off showing us this guy named Adam, who's a British biologist. He researches plants and fungal life. He's heading out to this remote area, an Irish village, with his wife and son. See, the government wants to chop down the forest there, but the locals are totally against it. So Adam's been sent to do some research, basically to figure out if it's actually okay to cut down these trees, or if they should be left alone. Adam takes his son into the woods to collect plant samples. As he's heading back, his dog suddenly bolts off deeper into the forest. Adam goes after him. He finds this really old rundown house. When he goes inside, he sees a dead deer kind of stuck to the wall. He pulls it off and notices some weird goo oozing out of its body. He takes a sample of that stuff too. Back at their place, we see his wife cleaning up. Then, this local guy named Colm shows up with his own son. He tells Adam's wife, "Look, I told you before, you guys should leave. These woods aren't safe. You need to think about your son." Apparently, the villagers aren't happy that Colm and his family came here. Adam's wife just says, "Talk to my husband when he gets back." Colm leaves. When Adam gets home, his wife tells him about Colm. Adam just brushes it off, saying, "He's just trying to scare us away from the forest." Adam checks out that weird substance under a microscope in his lab and finds out it's fungal spores that latch onto a living host and turn them into parasites. Later that night, while Adam and his family are sleeping, they hear noises like someone's walking on their roof, throwing things around. Some yellowish gunk starts dripping from the ceiling onto his wife and son. Adam rushes upstairs, but there's nobody there, no substance either. After putting their son back to bed, they head down to the kitchen. Suddenly, they hear their son crying. They run back upstairs, but the door's locked from the inside. They finally manage to get it open and find their son crying, and the window's broken. They figure the villagers did it. Adam calls the cops and tells the officer, "Colm was here today. We think he did this." The cop says, "Nah, that's not it. See, Colm's daughter disappeared in these woods a while back. The locals believe there's this creature in the forest, they call it the Hallow, that snatches people. Colm doesn't want what happened to his daughter to happen to your boy. That's why he's trying to scare you off. As for the window, you live in the middle of the woods. A bird probably flew into it. Nothing to worry about." And with that, the cop leaves. But Adam still suspects Colm is behind everything. So he goes outside to take pictures of the broken window. That's when he gets this feeling someone's behind him in the dark. He snaps a photo in that direction, and the flash reveals this creepy shadow sitting there. His dog freaks out and runs off, then starts barking like crazy towards the storage shed. Adam checks the shed, but nobody's inside. The next morning, Adam takes his wife and son to the market to buy a new window. While he's buying it, the shopkeeper tells him, "Just replacing the glass won't cut it. You need to put iron bars over it." Adam remembers seeing iron bars on the windows when they first moved in. His wife doesn't seem to get what he's talking about though. He grabs the supplies, and they head home with their son. On the way, his car just sputters and dies. He pops the hood and sees the engine is covered in that same black gunk he found on the deer. He goes to the trunk to get his toolbox to clean it off. Suddenly, someone shoves him hard and slams the trunk shut. He's locked inside, and his son is alone in the car. Back at the house, Adam's wife finds that same black, skeleton-like gunk on their baby's clothes. She figures the dog probably brought it in. Just then, Colm shows up again. He warns her, "Like I told you, you need to get out of here." Adam's wife says, "I'll send my husband to talk to you when he gets back." Colm leaves a book there and takes off. Meanwhile, Adam's still trapped in the trunk. His son is crying in the car, stuck in the middle of the woods. Adam manages to tear through the back seat from inside the trunk, gets into the car, grabs his son, and gets out. He sees deep scratches all over the car. He's convinced it's Colm's doing. He's totally freaked out now. He rushes his son back home. His wife is just as confused about what the heck is going on. All three of them go upstairs to a room, and then the power goes out. They start hearing really weird noises. Adam assumes it's Colm again. He yells, "I called the police. Get out of here." Then he hears a noise at the door. He fires his gun at the door, throws it open, but there's no one there. Adam then looks at the book Colm left. It's full of supernatural stuff he doesn't understand. He says, "We have to get out of here. Our car's stuck back in the woods. We gotta make it there somehow." As they step outside, they hear their dog barking from the storage shed. Adam goes to check and finds the dog dead, in really bad shape. He thinks Colm killed it. They all start running towards the car. Just as they reach the car, Colm appears out of nowhere and starts attacking Adam. But then, they hear the shriek of a Hallow. The Hallow's got Colm. Adam quickly starts the car, but sees the windshield is covered in that black goo. he and his wife jump in and speed away. They're driving fast when suddenly a little girl runs out in front of them. Adam's wife swerves hard to avoid her, and the car gets stuck in a ditch. They can't get it out. So Adam and his wife grab their son and run back towards their house. Once they're back inside, it finally clicks. Colm was right all along. There are dangerous creatures in these woods called hallows that only attack in the dark. They never come out in the light. Adam's looking out from the hallway when suddenly, a hallow attacks through the window, injuring his eyes. Adam hides his wife and son upstairs. He knows he has to protect himself and his family until morning. As soon as it's light, the creatures will leave. So he decides his first move is to get the generator running so the lights come back on and drive the hallows away. He goes to start the generator. Just as he's trying, a hallow's hand reaches up from below, trying to attack his wife. But right before it can hurt her eyes, Adam gets the generator going. The lights flicker on, and all the hallows scatter. Adam's eyes are infected, and he realizes he's slowly starting to turn into a hallow himself. He goes back to his wife and son. He hides his son in the wardrobe to keep him safe. Then, he and his wife work together to put the iron bars back on the windows, the ones that were there before, to keep anything else from getting in. But one hallow is already hiding inside the house. It snatches Adam's son and takes him up onto the roof. Adam goes up to save his kid, and the hallow attacks him. Adam manages to kill the hallow and throws it down. But then, the hallow's hand grabs his wife's leg and pulls her down into the river. Adam's wife goes after their son. Now Adam's wife sees her son floating away in the river. She jumps into the water to save him and somehow manages to get him back to the house. She hands the baby to Adam and says, "Change his clothes." But when Adam looks at the baby, he's completely shocked. He says, "This isn't our son. It tricked us." His wife thinks he's just saying that because he's infected. But Adam is totally convinced the hallows tricked them. He grabs a knife, holds it to the baby's head, and says, "Show me your real face." The baby then attacks his wife. Adam stabs the baby, and it changes into its true form, but only Adam can see it. His wife still thinks Adam is hallucinating because of the infection. Adam's wife, terrified, grabs the baby and runs to Colm's house. She begs Colm for help, but Colm just makes them stay outside. He tells her, go away, because he thinks one of them might be infected and could infect him too. Meanwhile, we see Adam, who because of the infection, is starting to turn into a hallow. He's now fully transformed. He hears a baby crying and follows the sound deep into the woods, into a cave. There are tons of hallows there. Colm's daughter is there too, and she's holding Adam's real son. She wants to give the baby back to Adam, but the other hallows don't want her to. They try to attack Adam, but he has a flashlight, so they can't get close. This shows that there's still a part of Adam's humanity left, which is why he isn't afraid of the light. Then we see Adam's wife running through the woods with the fake baby. Lots of hallows are chasing her. She keeps using her camera flash to keep them away. But then she falls from a height, and the camera flash breaks. Just before the hallows can get her, Adam shows up with their real son. He tells his wife, "The baby you have is just a trick by the hallows. They want our child, that's why they set up this illusion." He somehow convinces her, but then a hallow creature appears, ready to attack Adam's wife. Adam fights it off. Colm's daughter shows up too, but Adam kills her. After seeing all this, Adam's wife takes the real baby Adam brought and gets out of there. The hallows are still chasing her, but dawn is breaking. Because of the light, all the hallows retreat to their nests, back into the cave. We see Adam, who is now dead, and that baby his wife was carrying. Turns out it really was a hallow creature. Adam's wife makes it back to their house with their real son. She says she'll take her son and leave before nightfall. The final scene shows a forest where people are cutting down trees. We learn that logging has started, and there's a lot of that black substance around. This confirms it's a fungal infection that turns people into hallows. And wherever this fungus spreads, hallows will start appearing.